Hello guys, welcome to my channel Tech Bulletin Prime. I am Rajnikant. In today's video we're going to discuss how we can read large CSV file effectively. Suppose if you have 1 GB of CSV file, if you have 10 GBs of CSV file, then how we can read that CSV file effectively. So this video is not limited to only that CSV. You can utilize that same method to read any kind of large files. So if you have not subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe it and hit the bell icon to get all the notifications, right? So let's begin. So if you have not know what is CSV file, let me tell you that CSV file is a comma separated values, right? It's a file with extension .csv, and there it's a comma separated values will be there, right? So let me show you that sample example. Here you will go. So it's showing in Excel, so you can see street, city, zip, state. These are this is some dummy data, and here you can see some data will be there. So better I will show you in notepad so that it will be a lot of visualization will be there, right? So like this comma separated values will be there, right? So first line will be that headings will be there, and from second line onwards the data will be there, right? So you can see it's a comma separated values are there, right? So this is known as CSV file. So now let's move to our main agenda, that how we can read a large CSV file, right? In a lot of time we got a requirement that we need to read a large CSV file, something around 1 GB or 10 GB size, right? So so I will give a suggestion to every developer, right? So from my experience, people, whenever some people get the requirement, they will not think anything, they will directly jump into the coding. So it's a it's not at all good practice, right? So whenever we will got some requirement, we need to analyze the different possibilities and different solutions, right? And at the end we need to finalize, yes, this is that feasible solution, and we'll implement that one, right? So let's consider this requirement, and we'll first identify that different feasible solution, then we will implement, right? So let's go. So here we need to read a file, right? So here we need to read a file. So file means we need to understand how to read a file, right? So to read a file, two types of readers are there, right? What are those things? You can see byte based reader and another is character based reader, right? So in our requirement, what reader will be feasible, right? So in our case it's a CSV file, so it's a text based file, right? So text based file means it's a character based, right? So we need to go for character based reader, right? So this is the first thing, we got a solution that we need to go for, we need to go with a character based reader, right? Then it will come to that, within that character based reader, which one is the best feasible solution for us, or which reader is the best feasible for us, right? So here a reader is that abstract class and different implementations are there, right? So then we need to identify which reader we should go, right? So our agenda is we need to read that CSV file effectively, right? So it's a large CSV file. So at a one shot we cannot read the entire content and store into one string, right? So we cannot do like this, string str equal to that entire CSV data. So entire CSV data we cannot load, right? Suppose it's a 10 GBs of data, means how you can load that 10 GBs of string into some 10 GBs of data to a string, right? So it's a not at all possible at all, right? So we'll get the out of memory heap error issue, different kind of things we'll get, right? So for that one, we what reader will take, so that effectively we'll read line by line and we'll process the data, right? So for that one we can go for buffered reader, right? So why we'll go for buffer reader? So first of all, here we'll read the CSV line by line, so that it's chunk by chunk or line by line we'll get the data and we'll store into the string, so there will be no memory issue at all. And second thing is that buffer reader have some default buffer will be there, right? So instead of reading the data from streams, it will read from that buffer, right? So from that buffer it will read. That is the advantage. So if you want to provide some extra, sorry, if you want to provide that uh, some more buffer size, instead of that whatever the default buffer, you want to replace the default buffer, and will in and you want to increase that buffer size, then you can provide that one also. That flexibility is also there. Okay, so why wait, quickly begin that programmatic part. This is the theory part I have already described, so let's begin that programmatical part, right? So already I have written those templates. So you can see here it's a simple core Java application, and Java read file, it's a main method is there, right? So it's a empty main method, and here I have already copy pasted this generate CSV file. So basically it's a timer is there, and based on the timer, up to that time this program will runs, right? So here whatever the code is there, it will run up to that certain time. So so this why this program is there, so I want to generate a large CSV file, right? So then how I can generate a large CSV file, around 5 GB of 10 GB of CSV file, right? So this is a bot kind of thing, and this bot will generate for us a large CSV file, right? Okay, so let me check now. Refresh, got refresh. So let's go to this CSV file. So in System Explorer, so let me check. So it's 2 GB, 2.92 GB. So let's do with this 2.92 GB. If you want, I can do that one, but it will take some time to generate that one. Okay, let's do with this 2 GB of thing. How we'll read it effectively. So we'll use first. Let me create one method. Public static void read using read large CSV. Large CSV. Then we will take this, sorry, this is, we'll take here string, if you'll types, okay, then file equal to will new file, then file name will pass it here. Lots of typo error. Then we'll do Control Shift O. This is the shortcut to import those classes, right? In Eclipse, a Control Shift O, that is that shortcut is there. Then file reader equal to new file reader of. So we need to create that buffer reader object. So for that one we need any reader, right? So we'll create that file reader and we'll pass it there, right? So Control Shift O again, it will, so reader object also I have created. Then we'll go for buffer reader, BUFF ERED buffer reader. BR will take equal to new buffer. Let's do Control Shift O. It's done. Then we'll pass this reader to here. Okay. So this is asking something. So I have already created that buffer header object. So now what we will do, we will read line by line that CSV file from buffer header. So you will see the cbr dot read line one method is there. So one by one line will get from buffer header, right? So let's write that logic as well. So string line, right? Then while line equal to br dot buffer reader dot read line not equal to what it is asking. Okay, so this means we are reading one by one line, right? So if we are reaching it at the end of the CSV file, then the line will be null, right? So until not null, so process it. I mean, let's continue that one, right? So what we'll get? So here we are doing a line equal to br dot read line, right? So already in that line, we'll get that string, right? That I mean those rows. So here we'll take string array of columns columns equal to this line dot split, right? So we'll get this for the sample. Sorry, here is the sample. We'll get this line, right? We'll get this line, right? So we'll split by commas, right? Split by comma. So in this array, we are getting those column values, right? So here it's some sample I am providing. String column columns, right? So here I'm doing nothing, I'm just printing those values, right? So okay, so here I'm printing those values, right? So after that one, let's after this for loop entire everything is done, we need to close those resources, right? Close the RESOURC resources. So what are the resources are here? br dot close and reader dot close, right? Otherwise you can directly use or try with resources, so you no need to close those stuffs, right? So already we have written this method. Now let's call this method from here, right? Okay, we'll call before that one. Let's take that file string file name equal to from this folder we'll load, right? src slash input folder input input folder slash cells.csv, right? So it's a 2 GB of file we are loading now. Okay, this is the file name. So let me call this method now. Let's comment this generate CSV method. Okay, so I'm passing this string to here. Okay, right? So we have done the entire coding. Now let's run and see. Yes, you can see it's printing, right? So let me wait for some time to demonstrate it, to demonstrate purpose, because definitely for reading entire 2 GB means definitely it will take a lot of time. So just again to show you, it will not throw you that sorry, out of memory exception and those stuffs. I mean, it's a efficient way of reading that CSV file. Hope this video will be helpful to people. Please do like and comments, and yes, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks.